Spring grassland management on the farm here is all focused around turnout date. So calving on farm, the target calving, started calving is the 1st of March. The rationale behind that is that this allows me to turn cattle straight out after the calving. This minimises the amount of high quality silage I need. If I calve cows any earlier, they'll be inside needing to be on a higher plane of nutrition, which will cost me more. It also increases the risk to calves. By turning calves out from anywhere from 2 days of age, it minimises the risk of scours and pneumonia spreading through the herd. I try and target the most sheltered, driest fields for turnout, because once cows and calves are out, that's it, they're out and they're not going to come back in. With that, we're also trying to get as tight a calving spread as we possibly can. This year achieved a 95% 6-week calved rate, which coincides that when we started calving on the 1st of March, we have 95% of the herd calved by the end of the first rotation, which makes grassland management easier. Having a tighter calving pattern then allows cows that extra bit of time at grass before the bull goes in. So this year, from the last cow that calved to the bull going in, there was over a month, which gives her time to build back up her energy reserves, put on condition and start cycling again, which is all a cycle. So the better we manage our grass, the better our breeding performance. The better our breeding performance, the easier it is for us to manage our grass, and it all feeds into its cycle. Midsummer management on the farm then around grassland is all about managing grass quality. We're trying to keep the grass being grazed at around the 3-leaf stage. So in effective covers, that works out at around 14 to 1500 covers. We run 5 mobs on the farm. We have 2 groups of cows and calves, a group of bulling heifers, a group of bullocks for finishing, and we then have our beef heifers and cull cows running as another group. And having large numbers in fewer groups means it's easier to move cattle around, work through a field, get it grazed out and move on. So we're trying to keep around 21 days ahead, but on good growing conditions, this can become shorter, but we're trying to make sure that it doesn't extend any further out than maybe 21 days. The other elements of summer grassland management that are important are graze outs and rotation length. We're targeting to try and get the cows to graze out to 4 centimetres to maintain quality throughout the summer period, and trying to keep our rotation length at around 21 days, but during dry weather we may need to extend that out to 25 or 26 days depending on growth rates. The farm here is 100% spring calving. We're aiming to finish all our stock as steers and heifers off grass the following season, between 18 and 22 months of age. Our average cow weight is 600 kilos, and we're aiming to try and wean as high a percentage of calf off those cows as possible. So last year our percentage calf weaned at 200 days off our cows was around 54% of the mature cow weight. The calves behind me here this year are averaging about 1.22 kilos of live weight gain from birth. Last year's cattle that are for finishing this year have been averaging 1 kilo of live weight gain since birth, and are well on track to be finished off grass this year. Autumn grassland management then moves on to focusing around closing up the farm to set us up for the following spring. I will manage my grassland and manage closing up. Generally I'll close up around mid-September to end of September, depending on growth rates and grass supplies. I will build covers through weaning cows and calves, so using my grass wedge and growth rates, I'll decide whether or not when cows can be weaned and prioritise grass for the calves at that stage. Cows will then be used, they'll be dried off, and depending on the weather will either be housed and fed on a low energy density ration then through until calving, or the preferred option would be is that they're used to follow the calves to graze out residuals fully and maybe supplemented with hay or straw to just fill them up.